Hi, I'm Danny and these are my Diecast Disasters. In this video I'm going to be making a Christmas themed diorama out of this Hot Wheels 72 Ford Ranchero. Doesn't want to come out of the packet there. There it goes. Hot Wheels have been making this car since 2009. This was the 2019 version. And Ford made the real thing from 1957 until 1979. Okay, so we'll crack on and take the car apart. There's two posts to drill out. I think I'm using a 4mm drill to drill those. And then with a little bit of a pry, the base will come off and I can take it all apart. And it consists of the base there with the wheels, the interior and the windshield, and of course the cast body. Next I use some paint stripper to strip the paint off of the casting. It's given a clean up with a wire brush on my Dremel. This will get rid of the oxidation that's on the metal and any scraps of paint that are remaining. And to hold it together at the end, I'm going to use a couple of 256 screws. So I've just drilled and tapped the posts there. Now for some paint, I'll start out with some white primer. And then I painted it orange. Then I designed some decals in Photoshop and I printed them out on some clear decal sheet there. I'll just apply those. And here it is with the decals applied. I also detailed the tail lights and the door handles, then sealed it all with a satin varnish. Here is the base. I've used some hot water and baking soda to strip the chrome off it. And I've repainted it in a less gaudy silver. Used some rust texture on the base there. Now I'm going to apply a black wash. And I'm also going to add a bit of a black wash just in the grill here to help make it pop a bit more. Here I've hit the interior with a light grey primer. Then I've detailed it in a light brown. Added a bit of a wash there to bring out the details. Okay, so here are the parts of our Ranchero ready to go back together. You can see I've added some nice new aftermarket wheels there, and I've also masked off the windscreen wiper marks on the windscreen. So now I'm going to move on and make my Christmas tree. I've just got a bamboo skewer here. I'm going to cut off a length of that. And I just use my craft knife to thin down one end of it. Okay, here I've got some coconut fibre. I'm going to cut out some little circles of it. And I'll just tease them apart a little bit. And then I use some PVA glue to glue these onto my little trunk that I've made. Once that had dried, I've trimmed it down a bit there. Then I painted it with some brown spray paint. And then I use some PVA glue to glue on some foliage. Just using some green turf here. And here's our little Christmas tree after the glue's all dried. Ready to go on top of our Ranchero. Before I do that, I'm going to add some snow around the base of the truck. So I'm using some thinned down PVA glue here. And then I can sprinkle on some snow. I'm using Woodland Scenics snow here. Okay, so I've used a little bit of glue to glue my Christmas tree on top of the Ranchero there. And now I'm just going to use some clear lacquer to stick on some light snow over the tree and the ute. And now for the diorama base. So I'm going to use this photo frame here for a base for my diorama. Just take that apart and remove the glass from it because I'm not going to be needing that. Okay, so next I cut out a piece of foam to fit in my frame. I've built up a little bit of a hillock there, and this was all covered with plaster filler and allowed to dry. Next I paint it with a couple of shades of brown and tan. Actually, I'm just using cheap acrylic paint. While I'm painting this, I'll just take a moment to throw a massive thanks out to my awesome Patreon supporters, including my newest Patreon supporter, Todd. Thanks heaps, Todd, for supporting the channel. I've got a new 3D printer on order right now, thanks to my Patreon supporters. Check out the link in the description below if you'd like to help out as well. Once this was dried, I'm going to cover it all with some PVA glue. And then I sprinkle on some dried dirt. This is just clay dirt from my garden that I've dried in the oven. So this was left to dry for a little while, and then I've shaken off all the extra and I hit it with some scenic cement to seal it. That's just a mixture of matte varnish, PVA glue and water. Next, some more glue is applied where I want the grass roadside to be. I use my static grass applicator to apply some grass. I'm using a woodland scenics blend. And finally I use some more of the clear lacquer to add some snow over my dirt road. So that's all the hard work done. Now I just assemble it and you can see the finished result. Thanks heaps for watching, really appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great holiday and take care.